Hey everyone, Catherine here, coming to you from my home. I have my yoga mat behind me and I'm ready to do some yoga this morning. This will be a nice energizing class for you to take you through the rest of your day in an energizing way, or if you need to do it later and just get some more energy in your body, this will be a great class for you. So I'm going to go to my mat now, and we'll start by either laying down or seated, and we'll just do a brief centering and then we'll move into class. So if you want to lay down, make sure that you're comfortable, and if you have any low back tension, you bend your knees and allow the knees to collapse into each other for support. Otherwise, sitting on blankets, or if you have a yoga meditation cushion or a meditation cushion, you can sit on that too. So just finding yourself comfortable either way, and closing your eyes, taking this time to bring your awareness to your breath, and simply observing the breath as it moves in and out of your body. And begin to notice the body, and notice if you're holding any tension or resistance anywhere, and think of sending your breath into those places as you inhale, and as you exhale, think of letting all of that tension just ride out on your exhalation. Letting go. Now moving your awareness to your mind and just checking in with your mind, observing how your mind is feeling today. Noticing if the mind is busy with thought or if the mind is calm. And there's no judgment, you're just simply observing the mind. Attention back to your breath. And once again, observing the breath as it moves in and out of your body. Not changing or altering the breath, but simply observing your normal breathing pattern. Slowly open your eyes, and just remember, if you have any physical limitations or health conditions, that you contact a doctor before you proceed with any of the yoga programs, anytime, exercise programs, all of that good stuff. You want your doctor's okay? So you can go ahead and come to a laying down position if you're seated, and make sure that the weight is evenly displaced on the back body, and then begin to balance the back body, making sure that there's space between the low back spine and your mat. Shrug the shoulders to the ears, let the shoulders relax down. Okay, so some of you are already laying down. We'll go ahead and bend our knees, everyone. And then one at a time, let's bring the knees up to our chest, clasping our hands underneath the knees. And Just drawing the knees in, and knees can be together or open here. And if you want, you can do little small rocking movements side to side. You can move your feet in circles, releasing any tension in the ankle joints and the low back spine. Move your toes if you'd like. And then we'll go ahead and separate the knees a little wider and float the soles of our feet up towards the ceiling as we draw the knees down, working on the hips now. So flexing your feet so soles of the feet are pointing up as you gently draw the knees down, letting the weight from your hands draw your knees down. If you want, you can reach up and grab your ankles, drawing the knees down, or wrap your middle finger, point your finger and thumbs and draw down, or grab the outer edges of your feet. So as you draw the knees down, let the tailbone rise up. And a few breaths here. Just releasing any residual tension from your sleep. And then we'll exhale and bring our feet down onto the mat. Adjust your back body once again, making sure space between the low back and the mat. Shrug the shoulders to the ears. Let the shoulders relax. Step your feet apart. Bring your arms out to a T, a bit lower than the shoulders. Taking a breath here. Exhale and drop the knees to the left. Let the pelvis move in that direction. Maybe the head wants to move in the opposite direction, and that's fine. Inhale the knees back up to center, and exhale, drop the knees to the right. And if you want, again, the head can turn to the left. And then find a movement or a pace that feels good for you with this movement. So inhaling up, exhaling, coming down. We'll just do this a few more times. This is really nice to do when you first wake up in the morning, to release any tension from your sleep that you may have acquired. Connecting breath with the movement. We'll do this a few more times. And we'll bring the knees back up to center. Bring your arms now alongside of the body, and then intuitively find your ankles underneath your knees and let your feet step forward, or point forward, I should say. And then step the feet a little wider apart. And then turn the toes in, the heels out. Once again, shrug the shoulders to the ears. Let the shoulders relax. And then begin to press the low back spine into the mat as you tilt the pelvis towards your head. And then press into your feet and lift the pelvis up. And then getting like midway point, tuck the shoulder blades under, and then drop the pelvis down and draw the pelvis towards the knees. Now, if you have disc issues, I would probably not do this. I would probably just stay at a low point and maybe lift a little bit, or just do pelvic tilts on your back. So inhaling, arching the back away from the mat, and exhaling, pressing the pelvis towards your head, or drawing the pelvis to your head. I can't talk today. So we're just tucking the shoulder blades under, and then dropping the pelvis and drawing the pelvis towards your knees. So beginning to feel those glutes, feeling the legs working here. This is also an inversion too, where the heart is a bit higher than the head. And then we'll exhale and come down, untuck the shoulders, and rest here for a moment, observing the effects of the pose. We'll do this 3 times. So let's move into the second time. So again, pressing the low back spine into the mat, tilting the pelvis towards your head, pressing into the feet, lifting up, midway up, tuck the shoulder blades under, drop the pelvis and draw it towards your knees. And allow the chest to move towards the chin rather than you tucking the chin into the chest, keeping the cervical spine nice and long. Again, if you have those disc issues, just moving into pelvic tilts here. And then exhale, lower down, untuck the shoulders. And again, observe the effects of the pose. Really important when you're doing yoga to not just do the postures, but also feel the effects they have after you do them. And then again, pressing the low back into the mat, tilting the pelvis towards your head, press into the feet, lifting, tucking the shoulder blades under, dropping the pelvis and drawing the pelvis towards your knees. Remember, toes are in, heels are out here. It's kind of weird feeling, but it frees up the spine to help us lift. And exhale, lowering down. Untuck the shoulders, again, observing. And then arms out to a T once again, moving into windshield wiper legs. Inhaling up, exhaling, knees drop over. Inhaling up, exhaling, knees drop over. We'll do this a few more times here. And the next time that you drop the knees over, go ahead and roll the rest of your body over as well. Lay on your side for a moment. A few breaths here. And then engage your abdominals in towards the spine and up into the rib cage to bring yourself upright. And now let's come to hands and knees position. Okay, so making sure that the wrists are slightly forward of our shoulders, knees under the hips. Spread the fingers nice and wide. This can also be done on your forearms using a yoga brick to elevate yourself from the mat. So from here, we'll inhale, lift the sit bone, spine, and head. Lessen this exaggeration if you have disc issues. Exhale, tuck your tail under, round the spine, letting the head go. Inhale, lift the sit bone, spine, and head. Exhale, tuck your tail, round the spine, letting the head go. Now we're going to add our right leg, or you can continue with what we're doing here. So if you're adding the right leg, you'll inhale, lift the sit bone, spine, and head, and then extend the right leg straight back behind you or drop the foot down. And then exhale, bend your knee, bring it to your chest, and round the spine. Again, lessen this exaggeration if you have disc issues. Inhale and kick the right leg back, pressing through the heel. If you want, lift the head up. And exhale, knee into your chest and rounding the spine. You also might begin to feel the abdominals. Inhale, press the right leg back, lifting up. And exhale and tuck. Inhale, pressing back, looking up. And exhale and tuck. Pulling the abdominals in. One more time. Inhale, press right leg back, looking up. And exhale and tuck. And hold. And then bring your right knee down. If you need to lift up your hands and rotate the wrist to relieve any tension here, go ahead and do that. And then plant the hands back down. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, you can continue with cat dog, inhaling, lifting the sit bone, spine, and head, exhaling, tucking, or add your left leg. So we'll inhale, lift the sit bone, spine, and head, left leg presses back, lifting the head up, and then exhale, tucking, holding, pausing here. If you need to add balance, you can curl the right toes under too. And inhale, kicking back, looking up. And exhale and tucking, holding. Inhale, kicking back, looking up. Chest opens forward. And exhale and tuck. Holding, pausing, pulling the abdominals in. Inhale, kicking back, looking up. And exhale and tuck. Hold, pause, pulling the abdominals in. Good. Now bring the left knee down. So now we're back to hands and knees. If you need to make that release in the wrists, go ahead and do that. And then bring the hands back down. From here, we'll take an inhalation and exhale. Tuck the tail under, round the spine towards the ceiling. Pulling the abdominals in slightly here. Inhale, exhale, curl the toes under and lift your hips towards the ceiling. And if you want, step the feet apart if you're feeling lots of tension in the hamstrings and the back or near your sitting bones, any tugging or pulling there, or low back spine tension. Begin to elongate the rib cage and the side body. Belly button slightly pulled in. A few breaths here. So this is really nice to work the upper body, the lower body. And then we'll step the feet, if you've stepped them wide, step them hip width apart behind you, and then either drop the knees down, toes curled under, shift forward into your hands into half plank, tucking the pelvis under or neutral, or lift the kneecaps up off of the mat and press the heels back behind you. Again, tucking the pelvis or neutral pelvis, and neutral is just coming into the normal natural curve in the back, low back spine. So whichever position that you want. Lift out of the shoulders, breath is moving. Gaze is forward on the floor, becoming a little bit more breathless maybe, but work with your breath. If it gets too much, bring the knees down if you're in full plank. And then we can either lower down for more advanced yogis. You can do chaturanga, or drop the knees down and lower down onto your mat. Taking a few breaths here. Keep your hands on either side of the rib cage. I like to go slow with transitions so that the brain and body, or the body has time to catch up with what the brain is asking it to do. And then we'll open the legs, internally rotate the feet in, and begin to squeeze your glutes and pull the front belly up through the top of your head, lifting to baby cobra, or sliding the forearms forward to Sphinx pose. Now, if we have disc issues, you want to lessen this lift, okay? So maybe a very low baby cobra or not at all, just staying in neutral. And then for those who want to take it into full cobra, hands on either side of the rib cage. Squeeze the glutes, drag the front belly up through the top of your head, lifting up. Keep pulling up through the front body here, squeezing the glutes. And then exhale, we'll lower down. And walk your legs a little closer. Relax everything. Again, observing the effects of the pose. And then slide the hands, fingertips pointing towards your feet. And then go ahead and inhale, lift the legs. And you can stay here, especially if you have severe back issues, just lifting just the legs only. Or lifting up upper body and arms, reaching back. For those who are more flexible in your shoulders, you can interlace the fingers behind you and draw the knuckles towards your feet. And for those who want to take it deeper, you can bend your knees, grabbing your ankles, relax your shoulders, and lift the feet up, lift the head up, lifting upright. It's like somebody's pulling you up, okay? Like holding your feet in your hands and pulling up towards the ceiling. Relax your shoulders. And then exhale, release, and turn your head to the side and just relax everything, shoulders, glutes, legs. And then rotate your head back on the mat, hands on either side of the rib cage. Inhale, exhale, press up. Back to hands and knees position. From here, from hands and knees, we'll walk the hands forward a lot. Keep the sit bones lifting as we lower the chest towards the mat, stopping when we feel resistance in the shoulders. Remember, elbows are nice and straight here, and you're just coming down to the point where you feel resistance in the shoulders, and then stop. We want to avoid going past that resistance. I have to check time real quick. Okay. Time goes fast when you're having fun. And then we'll inhale, lift through the shoulders, coming up. And now we can move into releases and relaxation. So that's a nice little brief energizing class for you to do to just help that energy flow in the body, to wake us up. I know I'm feeling it. So let's go ahead and lay back. Readjust your back body again. Space between the low back and the mat. You'll notice I say that often. Shrug the shoulders to the ears, let the shoulders relax. Step your feet apart, arms out to a T, lower than the shoulders, taking a breath here. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. Remember, the pelvis moves in the direction of the knees as well. Inhale, knees back up. Exhale, knees drop to the right. Head can go the opposite direction. Inhale, knees up. Exhale, knees drop over. Really, it's very important to do releases after you do your yoga class. If you're at home and you have a home practice, make sure you add those releases in Shavasana just to reset, realign the body. And then bring the knees back up to center. Let the knees collapse into each other. Arms can stay out by the sides or rest the hands on your belly. relaxing and let it go. And then we'll bring the soles of our feet together. Let the knees drop open. So these two releases with knees together and knees apart may, when you first do them, feel a bit uncomfortable, but just try to surrender into the pose. If it's too intense, then you can always place blankets when your knees are apart. You can always place blankets under the knees and elevate the knees a little as well, or yoga bricks. And then go ahead and knees can stay bent, collapsed into each other if you're still feeling any low back discomfort, or straighten the legs on your mat. You can also roll a blanket, placing it underneath your knees and a blanket under your head. So that's also an alternative to just help with comfort. And we're just doing a brief Shavasana relaxation here now. Closing our eyes and just moving our awareness to our breath. Observing the breath as it flows in and out. Relaxing all the muscles in your face, your body. Observing as the breath flows in and out, just being here now, not worrying about anything after this class or before that has happened or will happen. Now begin to deepen your breath, moving your hands, your feet a little bit here. As you draw your next breath in, slowly bring your arms up overhead and stretch nice and long from hands to feet. And exhale, roll comfortably onto a side that feels good for you, staying here. And then coming up to a seated posture with your eyes closed. And I invite you to bring your hands together to your heart center. And inhaling deeply. Exhaling, letting go of any residual tension from the mind and body. I end class with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, which means Om, peace, 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 be with each of you today. The divine in me honors and welcomes the divine in you. And with that, I say to you, Namaste. And thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this helped to give you a little energy and you feel a little rejuvenated and got rid of those mental cobwebs. And I hope that you, if you do like this content, that you like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys back again. Also, I do video classes on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So the uploads, I don't know how long they'll take, but that's usually what I'll be doing every week. So hope you can join me. Have a lovely day and take care. Bye.